Hey guys, Basic Gordon here. Until next time, you already know what I'm going to tell you to do. Have an amazing rest of your day. And of course, keep that energy high. Welcome back to another episode of Back2Besa. I'm your host, Besa Gordon. This week on Back2Besa, we recap what happened last week before the Beyonce concert at Lumen Field. The city of Seattle put on a pickleball tournament, and not only did I go, but I also got some lessons. We honor Mutual Fish in the Rainier Valley, which after 77 years of serving our community, closed its doors. We go to the CD for Metier's new beignet brunch. I head to Spoonfed Fitness in Renton for fall workout recommendations from fitness coach Adaze. We recap what happened during the Heru Healing Dance Conference. We highlight Kolors Studio, located in Pioneer Square for Hispanic Heritage Month. I highlight what events you won't want to miss and more. But first is Hot Topic. Not going to lie, I've been waiting for Rihanna to show off her new baby boy, Riot Rose, and this week we finally got to see the little man in a mini family photo shoot she and A$AP Rocky did. Dude, her first son looks just like A$AP, but this little man seems like he will definitely take after his mama. In a recent interview with E!, Megan Thee Stallion talked about many things, but one thing that stuck out to me was when she spoke about the love she's recently found for herself and how. Check it out.
Taking risks right now.
Yeah.
I don't have any apps on my phone. I don't have any social media on my phone.
What?
Yeah, so I have no idea what's happening half the time. Like the whole JT thing, I didn't even know that had happened.
Well, that's good because nothing did happen.
Nothing happened. So my homegirl called me. She's like, "Did you have a fight with Justin Timberlake?" I said, "What?" But no, so I don't have any inspiration from anybody out right now. Like I feel like as an artist, you know, you see other artists doing things,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh my God, I gotta keep up. I have no clue what anybody's doing.
Yeah.
So the music that I've been making, it feels good to me.
That's such a great place to be in.
Yeah.
Did it take you a long time to get to that
It
space?
did. It took me a while to. I always like to think of myself as a confident person.
Yeah.
I always like to thought that I didn't care about much. I thought I was nonchalant. But it took me to go through things where so many people were talking about me constantly to where I had to realize, okay, maybe you're not as nonchalant and carefree as you thought you was.
Yeah.
So I had to take a step back, reevaluate myself.
Yeah.
I had to get in a comfortable position with myself, and now I genuinely can say I'm in love with Megan.
Let me tell you, if there was one thing I can be honest with you about, it's the reality of realizing that you actually do care about what people think about you and honestly, how they see you. I think it's not a matter of always just getting comfortable with yourself because, let's be honest, words hurt. But it's a matter of, one, not reading all the comments, two, staying out your DMs, and three, truly being unapologetically in love with yourself at all times, which is something truly hard to do. As you just saw, Meg stays out of her comments and is offline these days. And if we're frank, that came from the Tory Lanez case. But that doesn't mean these things don't bother her if she sees too many negative comments at a time. What it means is she's protecting her peace. And in this industry where everyone has an opinion on you, even if they've never met you, sometimes that's the best thing to do for your inner peace and mental health. Because I'm a huge wrestling fan at my big age, we have to talk about how The Rock pulled up the WWE SmackDown for the first time in, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how long, but I do know I would be lying if I didn't say my jaw dropped when his entrance music came on. Let's hope we get a reunion or some kind of confrontation between him and Roman Reigns, as we've all been waiting for WrestleMania 40. That's it for this week's Hot Topics, but you know we love some good tea around here to go with our good food vibes. So if there's ever a topic you want me to talk about on Hot Topics, shoot me an email at back2besa@whereweconverge.com. Beyonce brought her Renaissance tour to Seattle at Lumen Field, and you already know our cameras were there to capture the moment. Let's talk about it. One thing I wanted to do while we were there were talk to the fans about their outfits and what they wanted to see performed, and the ultimate question, will Seattle pass the mute challenge? But also capture who would win Hits 106.1's front row ticket giveaway. Let's start with the outfits. Beyonce said everyone needed to wear silver, and although I wasn't in dress code, which is normal for me, I like to be a bit of a rebel and wear what I want. But I digress, because you all came out looking good. Check out what some of you had to say about your outfits.
I understood the assignment. That's the assignment.
So
That's all I
where
got.
did we get the jacket? It's
You
a
know, I was
vibe.
in my friend's closet and just a quick yoink.
I thought
She understood. She understood.
You want to know something funny? I actually had a totally different outfit plan. And then I started looking and I was like, you know what? I think I want to wear silver. And this was before Beyonce said wear silver. And then I was like, this is it. This is the moment. And I picked it. And then like a couple weeks later, Beyonce said, everybody wear silver. And I was like, ooh, okay, I'm matching the occasion.
Then I asked everyone what they were most excited to hear.
Honestly, I'm excited just to see her take the stage, but I've been dying and having so much FOMO every time I see Blue come out on stage. It's just watching her dance with Blue, and it's funny because I have the same energy at every show. Yeah. So I want to see what happens here in Seattle, but when they start hitting the, we're gonna scream.
Summer of Renaissance.
As for the mute challenge, I definitely asked y'all if you thought we would pass, and you said,
I'm so ready. I'm ready for the mute challenge. I can do it.
do you think the city will pass the mute challenge?
You know, I hope so.
Do you have faith?
I hope so, and I have faith in some people, but I'm afraid some people might ruin it for us.
Seattle's pretty loud, but I think we can rally and we can do it. I think we can do it.
I think we can get it together for one moment.
We can get it together for one moment, please. Come on.
We can be silent for a hot second.
I really hope so, because if not, that's another issue.
You know, there's been a lot of shows. I think people get the point. They should get the point. They better get the point.
Now, I wasn't at the show, but Hollywood Unlocked Jason Lee was definitely there, and I think he has the best reaction to the mute challenge in Seattle.
Look around, it's me and my crew.
Shout out to Hits 106.1's front row ticket winner, Brian, because although Seattle didn't pass the mute challenge, I've seen nothing but praise for the concert. And that's what truly matters. You know, when people go to concerts, it's for the vibes and to truly forget about their day-to-day responsibilities while vibing out to their favorite artists. And that's absolutely what happened that night in Seattle. Now, enough Beyonce talk. We're off to our first commercial break, but when we come back, we're talking about what happened when City of Seattle put on a pickleball tournament and I pulled up and got some lessons on how to play.
Fifth Avenue Theater presents Disney's The Little Mermaid the Musical. Live on stage this September, Ariel soars above the stage to find the world of her dreams and a life of romance and adventure, featuring your favorite songs and characters, performing just for you at the beautiful Fifth Avenue Theater in downtown Seattle. Tickets are on sale now. Fun for the whole family to enjoy together, and special pricing for groups of 10 or more. Only at the Fifth Avenue Theater. Order today at fifthavenue.org.
Big Tobacco thinks they know everything. They think they know you, your community, the places you go, and the way that you spend your time. They think they got you all figured out, down to a formula, a calculation based off of numbers of what they think they know. Show them they're wrong. Learn more at theythinktheyknowyou.org.
What I would say to that future entrepreneur is self-care. I think that the process of building a business and wearing all the hats that come with that can be very challenging, and sometimes we miss out on really cool, important opportunities with people we love and within our community. And although we make an impact as entrepreneurs, you know, to people in our community, especially like with our families, like not only from a financial standpoint, but just from them seeing you live your dreams. It can inspire the people in your house and the folks around you. But I also think that entrepreneurship can be hard, and sometimes you don't think about taking care of yourself. And I think that should be something that's planned from the very beginning when you start to think about owning a business.
Welcome back to Back2Besa. It's time for Backstage Pass, powered by Quantum Fiber. Last week, I pulled up to the city of Seattle's Pickleball for All tournament. Now, as you may know, the week before I went to the basketball tournament and was honestly reminded as to why I only watch basketball on TV. But when it came to pickleball, I didn't do too bad, and neither did the mayor of Seattle. Check out what happened.
Let's just be ready. Nice, that's beautiful. Here we go. Go get that again. Oh, look at that! Do that again, do that again. Oh. Yeah, by the time we walk off this court, you'll be a master. As the monorail goes by me right now, there isn't a cooler sight in all of America than pickleball underneath the monorail, right? And it's bringing together all the things that pickleball is great about, which is just community and laughter and athletics and just the spirit of fun.
Our charter responsibility as elected officials in the city are to make our communities safe, and we take that very seriously. Our passion for pickleball will help us catapult us to that level.
A lot of excitement in the world of pickleball. You see people of all abilities, poor abilities like me playing pickleball, trying to activate the city. We want this to be an area for everybody as we activate the city. I'm loving what I see. We don't want to abandon anyone in our efforts to build one Seattle. So we're activating this area. Seattle Department of Transportation, our Office of Economic Development, our Department of Parks and Recreations, our executive team, we're all putting our hands together to activate this area that can be overlooked.
To see everybody out here and actually being able to enjoy themselves, and me, like, I walk these streets like every day, you know, so being able to be in an environment with people just having a good time and it's not anything crazy going on, I'm here for it, you know? I'm hoping that everybody can be more collaborative, do more events like this, you know, get everybody from every background involved, right? Because that's what it's about. Like, we can't have a community if we don't have the full community.
For downtown, what I hope is for people to be able to come down here and have a good time no matter what they want to do. Whether it's going to a restaurant, walking the streets, walking your dog, playing pickleball at our new courts right over there. Anything you want to do. Is there a better place to be than downtown Seattle? Anywhere? No, not at all. Good game, good game. Thank you so much. Great game, good game.
You guys are great teachers.
Awesome.
That was really fun.
The city of Seattle has been working hard to activate the downtown Seattle area. And if you ask me, events like this are amazing. I can't remember the last time I tried to dribble a basketball, let alone shoot one. And if I'm honest, I never heard of pickleball until Jamie Foxx went to the hospital and his daughter said he was out and playing pickleball. So to finally play and actually be taught was truly a moment. Definitely not a pro, but I'll for sure play again because that was a blast. We're off to our next commercial break, but when we come back, we're talking about a local business that has been serving our community for over 75 years and is now closing their doors. Of course, you're watching Back2Besa.
The Fifth Avenue Theater presents Disney's The Little Mermaid the Musical. Live on stage this September, Ariel soars above the stage to find the world of her dreams and a life of romance and adventure. Featuring your favorite songs and characters, performing just for you at the beautiful Fifth Avenue Theater in downtown Seattle. Tickets are on sale now. Fun for the whole family to enjoy together, and special pricing for groups of 10 or more. Only at the Fifth Avenue Theater. Order today at fifthavenue.org.
1 in every 500 African Americans in the U.S. suffers from sickle cell disease. 1 in 3 African American blood donors is a match for patients with sickle cell. 1 appointment to donate blood with the American Red Cross can help save a life. Will you be that one? Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood today to schedule an appointment at a location near you.
Welcome back to Back2Besa. If there is something we can't ignore, it's that so many things in our city have changed, especially for the ones of us who were born and raised in the Seattle area. A lot of the special businesses and places that we grew up with are disappearing us as this new Seattle evolves before our eyes. Well, last week, we said goodbye to another one of those special Seattle legacy places, Mutual Fish, located in the Rainier Valley, which has been serving our community for 77 years, closed its doors for good. Mutual Fish was founded in 1946 and became the go-to seafood market not only for Seattle's Japanese American community, but for many in the Central District, South Seattle, and across the Emerald City. It was also a favorite for restaurants and chefs. We teamed up with Cynthia Brothers from Vanishing Seattle and the Seattle Department of Neighborhoods to capture an emotional final day at Mutual Fish.
It was started by my father and a few friends, and that's it right there. The original store was on 14th and Yesler, and that was in 1946. And we came down here in 1965 and have been here ever since.
Yeah, I remember way back when it was on Yesler, and my grandma lived up there on Yesler, and there was a lot of little businesses. The tofu, there was Star Tofu was up there, and there was a little grocery store. You know, we always come here to buy my stuff for New Year's. So
we throughout the years, we've had people here that have been here for over 20 years, and some of them retired and whatnot, but you know, they've all been very good, very loyal. They're good people.
In the short time that we've been here, just it's like every few seconds there's customers hugging the long-standing staff, customers who've been telling us they've been coming here with their own parents, people that are running into each other, people are hugging, they're taking pictures. It's just, just really a feeling of gratitude, I think, and also, people feeling very sentimental, sad that this business is closing, but you can definitely feel a whole lot of love.
My mother, Kay, Japanese American, she passed away earlier this year at the ripe old age of 94. But as I mentioned, she and I would run errands regularly. Mutual was always on our list. And I don't know if you can see this, but one of my favorites, it's in my favorite album, is a photo of Kay at Mutual, probably circa 2014, with a big bottle of a tall boy beer, which I think we ended up buying, actually. So, I have now this framed at my house. Mutual is like a big part of our history, so.
It's just part of the neighborhood, and you kind of take it for granted, I guess, sometimes. So I guess change happens, but it's still sad. So hopefully there'll be a place that has a family feel to it, like this does, and you can, really rely on it. Because that's the one thing I always worry about, losing in our community is that community sense of that, even if you only go a couple times a year, that year you feel like you can rely on it, and you'll see people you know.
Yeah, and all the aunties also coming here, getting catfish or whatever they need for a special meal and stuff. I think just that community connection, we're gonna miss that.
Mutual Fish actually started on 14th and Yesler, across the street from my grandparents' flower shop, Cherryland Florist. So when I saw Mutual Fish in the 60s move from the Central District to Rainier Avenue South, and we all would go by and see those signs. How much are crabs, how much are crappie, how much are clams, right? That was part of our fabric, so I'm very sad to see them go, but I'm happy for the family that are able to retire. But what we have to realize there, it's a wake-up call, that nothing really lasts forever. So we have to treasure the moments in the businesses we see now, and we have to also, in terms of the Japanese community as one example, put our arms around each other. It's okay to reminisce. It's okay to talk about what we grew up with. And now we embrace new businesses that take the place of the old businesses. A beautiful story in Mutual Fish.
Well, I'd like to say thank you very much. Thanks for all the great greetings and thank yous and everything else. And it made us feel real good. So, and we weren't expecting this.
Thank you to Cynthia Brothers and the team at Vanishing Seattle for that amazing story. And congratulations and a sad goodbye to everyone at Mutual Fish. Harry said that now was just the time for them to close their doors and that for sure COVID and changing times had a major impact on their decisions. We are wishing the whole Mutual Fish family the best of luck. Now, typically, Sundays are when I sleep in and rest up for the week. But while scrolling on Instagram, I saw that Metier Brewing Company, located on Cherry Street in the Central District, had a brunch special that was comprised of fried chicken and beignets. You know I love me some good food. So I hit the Back2Besa crew and pulled up to check it out. While there, I got to catch up with Metier co-founder Rodney Hines, who put me up on game with their beer selection, all while Chef Harold Fields was making magic in the kitchen with his famous beignets. Check out what happened.
Hello everyone, Rodney Hines, one of the owners of Metier Brewing Company, standing in the heart of the Central District. And I just want to say welcome to Metier Brewing Company Tap Room. And when you walk in here, you're going to feel some love from Chef Harold with the Wamikushi. But before you walk in, what you start to see is art that's being started by Moses' son. And Moses is going to be doing layer after layer of this beautiful mural that's going to take us from outside in with his art. Welcome.
I know a little bit about how you ended up opening your spot here. Like, why Cherry? Like, why come back to the city and open up a spot right here?
Yeah. Well, this is home. It's home for me. I have lived in Seattle for about 25 years, and I biked over here from home, so I'm at just a few blocks away.
You guys make amazing beers, and you have given me an amazing sampling here. Tell me a little bit about what's in front of me.
So we were listening to what you liked, and so I think you told me that you liked a little bit of a nutty flavor. You leaned more towards some of the lighter beers, and so I gave you a medley of giving you a little bit of nutty with some lighter beers.
Well, today we're going to start off making our chicken and beignets. Start with thighs and chicken legs. We'll get dredged in our flour, and the technique we use is called a shake, rattle, and roll. And that's where you take your chicken, dredge it in the flour, shake it, rattle it, and roll it. Yeah, beignet is a light, airy pastry dough that is originated in New Orleans. Then you want to treat it as a traditional beignet, and you want to hit it with that powdered sugar. Get it all nice and coated on there. Our chicken thigh sits on top. Okay. We use our Bright Hill honey. It's an organic natural honey, Washington State. This is our sweet potato hot sauce. It's made from roasted garnet yams. And then we add all of our other seasonings in it. So it's a nice, sweet and spicy complement to the chicken. There you have it. Chicken and beignets. Umami Cushy, Metier Brewing Company. Only here in Seattle.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
Do you see that? He did this.
You did your thing.
So Chef Harold from Umami Cushy was a chef at the Space Needle, spent some time in New Orleans. So you see some New Orleans coming through, spent some time in Japan. You see a touch of Japanese influence come through. It is craft. Yeah. Cheers.
I've been missing out.
Oh my God. It was like pillowy heaven in a bite.
Okay, we gotta dip it in the hot sauce.
You gotta dip it in the sauce.
That's a mandatory thing.
Yeah. I take away your black card if you do that dip. Does it work?
This is so good, I can't even describe it. Like, the juices explode in your mouth.
Oh.
And it's not very often that I go places and then I get like fried chicken like this. That is just, you saw the juice dripping.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't always happen. I don't know what he did back
I know.
there,
He put his foot in it.
but he's a genius.
He's a master chef.
All right, you guys, I definitely have to thank Rodney for this amazing food, founder of Metier. We also got to thank Harold for really getting down in the kitchen today. But before we go, because I'm definitely going to finish this chicken before I go anywhere, what else would you like for people to know about Metier?
You know, it's whenever I'm introducing folks to our space, and it really starts with the community that comes to our space. So we're here in the Central District. We also are partnering with the Mariners. We've got Steelheads Alley down across from T-Mobile Park. And then we're in Woodinville with another cool black-owned winemaker. La Chala Wines is over there too. But in all of our spaces, it's all about the community.
I can literally still taste how good that food was. The chicken dripped with juices when I ripped it apart. The beignets were so fluffy. And don't get me started on that homemade hot sauce Chef Harold made. Be sure to pull up to Metier on Cherry Street on Sundays for their brunch special. And since we're on the topic of amazing brunches, what is your favorite spot to grab brunch? Let me know by sending an email to Back2Besa at whereweconverge.com. We're off to our next commercial break, but when we come back, your girl hits the gym for some fitness tips and we explore ancient healing dances.
Big Tobacco thinks they know everything. They think they know you, your community, the places you go, and the way that you spend your time. They think they got you all figured out, down to a formula, a calculation based off of numbers of what they think they know. Show them they're wrong. Learn more at theythinktheyknowyou.org.
The Fifth Avenue Theater presents Disney's The Little Mermaid the Musical. Live on stage this September, Ariel soars above the stage to find the world of her dreams and a life of romance and adventure. Featuring your favorite songs and characters, performing just for you at the beautiful Fifth Avenue Theater in downtown Seattle. Tickets are on sale now. Fun for the whole family to enjoy together. And special pricing for groups of 10 or more. Only at the Fifth Avenue Theater. Order today at fifthavenue.org.
Welcome back to Back2Besa. Fun fact about me is that my birthday is November 10th. Hey, Scorpio fam. And I do my best to be in some kind of shape each year, but as of late, I haven't really been working out as I should. And mainly, it's because I needed help and a little extra push for when I'm in the gym. So when I reached out to Adaze Madani for some tips on how to keep my body right for the fall season, I definitely had to share these workouts with you all. Check out what happened when I pulled up on Adaze at Spoonfed Fitness in Renton.
Hello, Miss Besa. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. It's a pleasure to finally meet you in person.
Dude, it's more of a pleasure to finally work out with you in person.
Listen,
I've been stalking you on Instagram.
We're gonna get this workout. Okay, we're gonna get it in. All right, let's get it done.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. We as human beings, we need to do a better job of practicing mobility on a day-to-day basis, because that is where you'll find yourself decreasing pain that you have in your back, pain that you have just overall just because you're waking up and you're like, oh, I don't feel good. Yeah. Oftentimes the reason why you feel like that is because you're not moving your body enough. So everything we're doing right now, you can legit do this at home, like you said, in your backyard, outside, in the park. Very simple movements.
Living room vibes.
Yeah, it's not always about, oh, I gotta get this hard workout in. No. As human beings, we are made to move. Yeah. So doing things like this is essential. If you're doing some type of mobility exercise on a day-to-day basis, that's gonna limit the tightness you feel when you get up. And especially as we get older, you really gotta prioritize mobility.
But I'm curious to know, like, I know that you used to do gymnastics when you were younger.
Yes.
You've done some sports.
Yes.
How did you really get into the sporty things of life?
That's a really good question. When I was young, my parents made an effort to make sure that we were doing some type of team sport, you know. One, so that way we can be able to just, you know, make friends and interact with, you know, the other children. And then two, just to move. Active my entire life, I've always been a part of a sports team. I've always had my workouts laid out for myself. Now I have to ask myself, okay, Adaze, now how do you continue to move your body? So then I found the outside, AKA the earth, as my new fitness jam. So I would go outside, I would run to Gasworks. I remember when I was at UW, I would run to Gasworks, then I would do all these calisthenic movements, so bodyweight movements. I would do push-ups, I would do sit-ups, I would do planks. I remember holding planks, you know, I would do jump squats, just all these different calisthenic bodyweight movements. And then after I was tired, I would run myself back home, and that was my workout. Exercise is the most potent and underutilized antidepressant, and it's free. Exercise is free. You don't need a trainer to go work out, right? You can legit just start your journey by going on a walk.
So, girl, we've had an amazing workout today, and I want to thank you for bringing me into your home, showing me some new things. And dude, we've done some really amazing workouts that anyone can do in their living room, in their backyard, but sometimes we need a little extra help. You saw my freaking posture was a little messed up. So, you know, for someone that might need your assistance, they might want to take their goals to the next level. Where can they learn more about you and find you online?
Yeah, well, you can find me at Adaze Present on IG. Everything is Adaze Present. So ADAIS Present, PRESENT.
When I tell you my abs were on fire the next day, I love workouts like the ones Adaze showed me because you can truly do them anywhere. I think one thing that she said that was so important was that you don't have to go to a gym for a workout. You can literally do it at home, at a local park, or in your hotel if you're on vacation. To get in touch with Adaze, hit her on social media at Adaze Present. Black women face some of the highest disparities when it comes to both physical and mental health. And these days, many are turning away from traditional medicine and turning to ancestral, spiritual, and natural healing. Back2Besa contributor and my fellow queen of Converge, Trey Holiday, takes us behind the scenes at the Heru Healing Dance Conference that happened last weekend over at Langston Hughes in the Central District.
This is the first ever Heru Healing Conference right here in Seattle at the iconic Langston Hughes Performing Arts Institute. It's the first time that this amazing ancestral healing dance has been brought to the Pacific Northwest. We're so excited to host Queen Mother Mashdam Amen and so many others from New York who came here to really facilitate this healing dance for us, but also talk about what this energy means to us as so many are moving into the understanding of what it means to be the divine feminine. What is that energy about? How can we tap into it as women here in the Pacific Northwest? And how can we guide ourselves to our healing for ourselves and for others? One of the reasons why this is particularly needed is because there are energies that we are born with, energies that we have within us that we need to ignite. We need to engage those energies in an intentional way so that we can facilitate healing in our bodies. And it's important because we are talking about the Black community where we have so many health disparities. Oftentimes, it is our communities that are the ones that are dealing with the energy of, pollution, all of these other things that have really led to us not being healthy. So this is an important time for us to reclaim our health and bring back these ancestral practices.
It's an honor to be here at Langston Hughes Center in Seattle, Washington. I'm here to share, along with the Queen Mother, Nisut Ma'ashtam, the Heru healing dance that came through her many years ago, and she is sharing it throughout the diaspora, let me say, a women's healing dance that enables us to call upon and bring forth the joy from within, to bring about the healing that we all need in our minds, our bodies, our spirits, and our relationships.
The fact that we have the ability to heal our womb. We have a lot of testimonials of women throughout the country who have been participating in this dance, reducing fibroids, completely eliminating them and eradicating them. Also dealing with womb care and womb health. Women who were not able to have babies who start practicing this dance, and then the next thing you know, they're pregnant. So, we guide ourselves through these very specific movements that encourage that level of healing in our bodies, and within ourselves, we're able to heal. And then we bring that healing out for others.
It's a reminder and a reinforcement of the message behind the dance, the energy behind the dance, enabling me, along with the other women, to continuously strive to cultivate the knowledge of our spirit, the knowledge of the laws that govern our spirit, and raising that joy for it from within, because once it's within, we feel good, we shine, and we radiate beautiful energy everywhere we go. We can facilitate our own healing, which is a plus in our families, a plus in our community, and a plus wherever we go. So we know that the world is in a condition and a state that where all women, all families can benefit with the mothers and the wives and the women calling up this energy within their own spirits, within their own families, within their own communities to make a positive, productive change.
I can't wait to be dancing with all these phenomenal ladies.
Man, that is something I really wish I could have experienced. When it comes to healing, a lot of the time we do what we are familiar with rather than branching out and finding what truly works for us on a personal level. Most of us are trained to use Western medicine to remedy body aches, infertility, and depression. But if we take a moment to try new things that allow us to truly tap into ourselves, a lot of the time, that's when your healing really begins. Thank you so much, Trey Holiday, for sharing this story. We're off to another commercial break, but when we come back, I check in with a new production business in Pioneer Square, creating not only space, but opportunities for Black and brown people. Welcome back to Back2Besa, where we are celebrating National Hispanic Heritage Month. Earlier this week, I pulled up the Kolors Studios in Pioneer Square. Kolors, founded by Armando Garzon, is a one-stop shop for everything media with a focus on being a creative space for Black and brown people, with everything from recording studios, video equipment, office space, podcast studios, an amazing rooftop, and more. Kolors is literally creating space and incubating the next generation of creative minds and businesses. Let's check out their story.
I want to empower the Black and brown community that is in the production space by giving them the tools and the resources to create content. I incorporated Kolors 3 years ago, and we started in a 500 square foot studio. It was very small. It was during the pandemic. It was a moment when I was like, man, I'm really tired of working at home. I think having the space would be really cool. And it was incredible. The moment that I got the space, I started meeting more people in Seattle. I hadn't really experienced a lot of the community, so I was like, man, this is incredible. And from there, it was like, how bigger can we get this, right? Like, I think if we got a bigger spot, more people would come, and then just recently getting this space, this bottom floor was kind of like that last piece of the puzzle that we needed. When I got into the production world, it wasn't easy to get started. There was a lot of obstacles that were in place. Getting a space wasn't easy. And what we wanted to create here was a space that gives you access to not only shoot your content, but also run your business. Kolors Studios is a place where you can come, feel welcomed, and not only that, but be around other people that are doing the same thing that you're doing. So one thing that makes us very unique is that we have a production studio on the second floor that our members get access to. That's gonna include a podcast room. It's gonna include a photo studio area. It's gonna also include different sets that we have. So WeWork is gonna cater more to people that need office space. Here at Kolors, we offer that, but we also offer the production aspect of it. Another thing that makes us actually really unique too is that we offer equipment. So if you're a member and maybe you don't have equipment yet, we offer that as well.
So basically, you don't have to have any production skills to start a podcast and come to Kolors.
100%. And if you do need like editing services or production services, we offer that. We are like a full production studio. We do video production, that's our bread and butter. But what makes us unique really is we want to create this hub that is, because we believe that, you know, there's enough money for anybody to eat. Like, we want to make it easier for the next generation. We want to keep those doors open, you know? So us coming from the production world, we're looking at like, how can we make this easier? This is how I envision it. It's like, imagine going to make your content. You go to Kolors, you make your content in our studio production space. Afterwards, you come downstairs, you work on your editing. You're around other people that are doing the same thing. And then you have your client, maybe you have a client meeting that's coming up at 4 p.m. You book the conference room, you go in there, we have our TV set up, you're showing off your video work to the client, you're making some business deals, you go back out, and maybe you have another shoot. It's really like an agency in a box. What we're trying to create is it's everything you need to be successful if you make content. It doesn't have to be specifically the photographers and videographers, but it's all in a box.
And then also, you know, this isn't just a space for office work. You guys do events here. Tell us a little bit about some of the events you've had and also how people can utilize the space for like music videos and like even you guys had like a mini concert here recently and even like a Beyonce after party.
We recently partnered up with the Mexican consulate to throw the Mex Art Festival here, and it was incredible. We had all 3 floors open. On the first floor, we had artists that came from Mexico. One of them, Minerva, actually did a mural for us. And on the second floor, it was pretty much a production space for people to tour, walk around. And then on the third floor, we had a Mexican band playing. And it was that perfect combination of networking, but also showcasing artists, and just people having a good time.
Muchas gracias, es un verdadero orgullo y un honor estar aquí en este evento de Kolors. Le quiero dar las gracias a Kolors por abrirnos las puertas en un evento que realmente significa algo muy especial para nosotros en el Consulado Mexicano. 1, 2, 3!
Adaze, they did a music video here, Love Letter, that was their music video, and they, Motion State, you know, huge production company that we're big fans of, did a whole music video here, you know, using the different floors. And when you watch that video and you're like, damn, you know, where is that? And it was here in Kolors Studios. And it's incredible to share with others that are, you know, black and brown, you know, like we want to have something that is welcoming more than anything. And I think growing up Mexican and traveling to South America helped me like really experience that welcoming side of wanting to share open space. And to me, it makes me very proud. You know, like when we're here and we're working and I see people that look like me, it's incredible, you know? I think that is for sure a big fuel in what we're doing. I want Kolors to be a pioneer. I want it to be a hero company that really pioneers the next big brands on the production side that tells the stories that need to be told. But also, I want it to become an incubator for talent, for people of color that can come out here and work and say, hey, I got my start there. You know, they went on to build their own big brands, but they were able to find that community.
One thing I told Armando is that it's dope they have a podcast space with so many wanting to start podcasting these days. But let's be honest, starting a podcast can be costly, especially if you're not sure of what kind of equipment you need. To book time at Kolors Studios, visit colorsstudios.com. We're off to another commercial break, but when we come back, we're talking about upcoming events you should know about.
When I think about what I would say to a young entrepreneur right now is that there are so many opportunities for growth and learning here in Seattle, Washington, and take full advantage of it. There is all kind of training programs, all kind of grant, micro lending programs, so many opportunities. Please take advantage of all that so that you can get the learning that you need so you have a firm foundation so your business can grow.
The Fifth Avenue Theater presents Disney's The Little Mermaid the Musical. Live on stage this September, Ariel soars above the stage to find the world of her dreams and a life of romance and adventure, featuring your favorite songs and characters, performing just for you at the beautiful Fifth Avenue Theater in downtown Seattle. Tickets are on sale now. Fun for the whole family to enjoy together, and special pricing for groups of 10 or more. Only at the Fifth Avenue Theater. Order today at fifthavenue.org.
Welcome back to Back2Besa. It's time for events to know about, where I tell you about all the dope events happening around the city you don't want to miss. First up, on Friday, September 29th, is Poetry and Sip, a poetry open mic happening at Inside. Saturday, September 30th, is Fashion in Flight, which looks and sounds really dope. This one is put on by Fashion District Northwest and will happen at the Museum of Flight. Also that same day is U District $4 Food Walk. Yes, friend, I said $4 Food Walk. This will go down at 4201 University Way, Northeast. Now, if you're looking for some Halloween vibes, dude, Haunted Woods at Maris Farms is back over at Maris Farms Haunted Woods. Now, Sunday, October 1st, is Seattle Restored's Fashion Market. Lots of fashion events going on with the fall season coming up, and you already know we love to see it. This will happen at Seattle Restored downtown. Wednesday, October 4th, is Women, Wine, and Tech at Microsoft in Redmond. And Victoria Monet will be live in concert at the Showbox on Saturday, October 7th. That's it for this week's events to know about. But if you know of an event I should shout out next week, send an email with the event details to Back2Besa at whereweconverge.com. We're off to our last break, but when we come back, it's time for Affirmation of the Week. Welcome back to Back2Besa. I'm your host, Besa Gordon, and each week we like to end the show with an affirmation. This week's affirmation is, I will love myself for who I am and what I have become. I will only compare myself to myself. I know what greatness I can accomplish, and I will only hold myself to that. At this point in the game, not only do we have to find ways to truly fall in love with the journeys that we are on, but we also have to make sure that if we are ever comparing ourselves to anyone, it's the old version of ourselves and not to someone else, because we're all on our own journeys out here. So be kind to yourself, as naturally you will go through changes that will help you evolve in life. Now, that is it for this week's episode of Back2Besa. If you ever have anything you want me to know about, shoot me an email at back2besa@whereweconverge.com. And also, catch me in Seattle on Hits 106.1 weekdays, 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. and on Sundays, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Plus, you can also tap in with me in Portland Saturdays, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Jammin' 107.5. Now, you already know I have to thank you all so much for watching. Dude, we officially just got to episode 13. How epic is that, okay? So really, really thank you all so much for your support of Back2Besa. Now, as usual, I really do hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And of course, keep that energy high.